the most common English mistakes people make around the world, and how to fix them. Hi, everyone. Today we're talking about something fascinating, the most common mistakes people make when learning English. And here's an important point. These mistakes happen regardless of a person's nationality. Whether someone is from Brazil, Japan, Germany, Mexico, or France, many learners face similar challenges.
That's absolutely true. Many people assume that language mistakes are mainly connected to a person's native language, but that's only part of the story. In reality, learners from different countries often make the same mistakes because they are trying to communicate quickly and naturally. Some errors come from overgeneralizing grammar rules, while others happen because English has many exceptions.
One of the most common mistakes is using the wrong verb tense. For example, someone might say, "Yesterday I go to the store," instead of, "Yesterday I went to the store." This happens because learners know the basic form of the verb and forget to change it when talking about the past. Even advanced students sometimes make this mistake when speaking quickly.
Another frequent issue is confusing since and for. People often say, "I live here since 5 years," when the correct sentence is, "I have lived here for 5 years." The problem is that learners understand the general idea but struggle with the specific grammar pattern. This mistake appears in classrooms all over the world.
Let's talk about articles. A, an, and the. Many learners either use them too much or not enough. For instance, they might say, "I bought new car," instead of "I bought a new car." Articles seem small, but they play a big role in making sentences sound natural and accurate.
Pronunciation is another challenge. English spelling and pronunciation don't always match. Words like through, though, thought, and tough look similar but sound completely different. Learners often feel frustrated because they can't always predict the pronunciation from the spelling alone.
Vocabulary can also create problems. Sometimes learners translate directly from their native language and produce expressions that sound unusual in English. For example, they may say, "I have 30 years," instead of "I am 30 years old." Direct translation is tempting because it feels logical, but languages don't always follow the same patterns.
That's a great point. Another common mistake is using prepositions incorrectly. Learners may say married with instead of married to, or depend of instead of depend on. Unfortunately, there isn't always a simple rule. The best approach is to learn prepositions together with the words they commonly accompany.
Many people also struggle with listening comprehension. They learn grammar and vocabulary, but when native speakers talk naturally, they feel lost. That's because spoken English includes contractions, connected speech, reductions, and different accents. Listening regularly is just as important as studying grammar.
I completely agree. In fact, one of the biggest mistakes learners make is being afraid of making mistakes. They spend so much time trying to speak perfectly that they don't practice enough. Communication should come first. Accuracy improves gradually through consistent use and feedback.
Another interesting issue is word order. English generally follows a clear pattern: subject, verb, and object. However, learners sometimes place words in unusual positions because they're following patterns from another language. This can make sentences harder to understand even when all the words are correct.
And let's not forget false confidence with advanced vocabulary. Some learners memorize sophisticated words and expressions but don't fully understand how to use them. As a result, they create sentences that sound unnatural. It's often better to use simple words correctly than complicated words incorrectly.
So, What can learners do to improve? First, read regularly. Second, listen to English every day. Third, speak without fear. Fourth, learn from your mistakes instead of feeling embarrassed by them. Every mistake is an opportunity to grow.
Exactly. And remember that making mistakes is a normal part of learning. Every fluent English speaker was once a beginner. Progress comes from practice, patience, and persistence. The goal isn't perfection, it's effective communication.
Well said. No matter where you're from, the challenges are often similar, and so are the solutions.
Keep learning, keep practicing, and most importantly, keep speaking English whenever you have the chance.
Thanks for listening, everyone.
See you next time.